Next up on Slinging Paint, Breachstorm by Breachstorm Entertainment. We'll catch everybody in the workshop. Alright, welcome back, guys. We're in part 3 now of building the Breachstorm Homeworld Confederacy, guys. So now it's just time to make these guys pop a little bit. So it's just a little bit of highlighting, and it's going to be the same thing. You start with whatever color you want, move on down the line with all 7 of these guys, go back, do the next color, move on down the line. So let's start, shall we? Okay, so we based these guys out in Mephiston Red. Alright, Mephiston Red, there she is. Whoa. It's the camera, there we go, the camera's being cooperative today. Mephiston Red, there she is. And then the highlight color after that is called Evil Sun Scarlet. And again, let's see if we can get the, there we go, the camera's being actually quasi-cooperative today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, we're going to pick a dude at random, doesn't matter which guy, because I mean they all got to get done anyway. And we're going to take our small layer brush. Yeah, trust me, it says small layer. Let's see if I can, I found my paper, guys, so maybe that, there we go, that makes a difference. Small layer, there it is. Okay, I'm going to just take a small, oh, I was bad, I didn't shake my paints. Just like that. There we go. Take some of the Evil Suns, put her on their palette. Kind of see what I'm doing there. So what we're going to do is we're literally just going to take some of the sharper corners. You know what? I'm actually going to turn on my extra light. Turn it up nice and bright. Not only does it make my face look prettier, it probably doesn't, but it gives me just that little extra something that I can, you know, move on these guys with. So up here, out of the way, down here as we go. All we're doing is we're just gonna kind of hit some of the edges. You can go crazy and hit them all if you'd like. That's entirely up to you, or I know that some of us out there are really good and they'll do like source lighting and all kinds of craziness. Yeah, I'm looking at you 1-inch heroes in the MIDI painting studio. You guys want to see some incredibly cool work? Check those guys out. Yeah, we're going to get the crest on the top of his helmet here. All the way down. Yeah, we don't have to go super crazy, but I mean we can. Now, and then when it comes to body panels and stuff like that, use your discretion if you want to pick some of those out. Why not? It looks cool. Some of them are going to be real easy to pick out because it's literally just, you know, an edge You know, we're going to figure out a way that you guys can actually see what I'm doing and not just, you know, from a distance. Because I'd actually like to be able to show you as I'm going along here. You know, you watch me for a couple of videos, or since the series started. If you have, thank you. And you know, if you're just tuning in, welcome. My name is James. I am the Paint Slinger, and I review miniatures for the Rat Hole, TheRatHole.ca. We have some excellent features on the site, and if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend checking it out. I mean, there's so much stuff that we can highlight and not highlight. But you get the basic gist, right? I probably can't see it too well with these guys, but what I'm doing is I'm taking some of the sharper edges and I am picking them out in a lighter red. And then what we're gonna do after that, after I get all 7 of these guys finished, is you're gonna find, you know, we're gonna do another red, and we're gonna do like just the corners. Just pick out the extreme sharp points. And it's just gonna make these guys pop. It'll be pretty awesome, I think. Keep your paint relatively thin. Helps it flow a little bit better. If you keep it too thin, it's just gonna kind of bleh all over the miniature. But if you get it just to the right point, I tell you boys, it'll look amazing. And my gals out there, I know there's every brand of people. And I think it's excellent. And yeah, I said every brand of people. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are. You like picking up a paintbrush and slinging some paint on a bunch of little toy army people, or army vehicles, or whatever. Welcome to the hobby. Whether you're brand new or whether you're years into it, like I am. Okay. So when we come back, we will have all of these guys highlighted up, at least with the first stage, and then we're going to go into the next stage of highlights. Alright, so I know it's going to be nearly impossible to see, at least on my current system, but maybe, just maybe, you can kind of see on the edges I've started to highlight the put a brighter red on them. But I got a lot of guys to do. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to go on to the next fella. And from there, go on to the next fella. And I can guarantee you that by the time you get back to your first one, everything's going to be dry and ready to go. So join me then, won't you, when we are ready to take this to the next color. Alright guys, welcome back. Now we're going to go on to the next step, and the next step we are going to do, I've already pre-checked the paint, but I haven't showed you. We are going to use, of course, now there we go. It's called Wild Rider Red. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take that and we are going to just hit some of the corners of the armor just to make it pop a little bit more. So, as always, put a little bit on your palette. A little bit of water, make it flow a little nice. Then all we're going to do is just going to hit some of the this one we're not going to do like the whole thing. We're literally just going to hit some of the corners. Let's give it that little extra pop. It'll make these guys look amazing. As you know, not everything is going to be the same. The same color. Which is why when you look at a black anything, you could have a white highlight on it. Called gradients. These ones here you want a nice super fine line if you can, and again you don't need to do the whole thing, it's just a little bit off the corners. To me, I think it's going to look real nice, real neat, just to have that little extra highlight. Cleaning the brush. I know it's not quite on screen, but reverse what I got here. So let's put the there. It's my bottle or my cup of water. Don't want to move it too close because it's right on the edge of my painting studio. So we're just gonna leave it off to the side. Now we're going to do the same thing with the black too for the bodysuit, but there, if you want, you can cheat a little bit and just have a single highlight, and it will be fine. Again, I am absolutely blown away by the quality of these miniatures. They are absolutely amazing, and they are such a delight to paint. I mean, they're a smaller scale than what I'm used to, and I'm said these on some earlier videos. These are what are called true scale. So everything is just a little, everything's just a little smaller, but it looks really, really good, and I really, really like it. You know, I mean, I paint a lot of Warhammer, so I'm used to the heroic scale where everything's just a little bit bigger. The guns are a little bit bigger. The hands are a little bit bigger, or at least they appear to be bigger anyway. Okay. Of course, like I said, if there's little panels that you think would be neat to highlight out, go for it. Nobody's stopping you. The only thing stopping you from painting the way you want to paint and going as far as you want to go is you. Like, I could sit here and literally paint every single nook and every single cranny and everything like that, but you don't need to. You just kind of need to give the idea, and it'll look absolutely amazing. What you guys are hearing in the background is my studio cats deciding that today is a good day to try out their new WWE maneuvers on each other. So, you know, they go to wrestling camp. That's what they do. They seem to enjoy it. And they come back and beat the crap out of each other. It's a happy thing for them. So, who am I to interfere in the ways of the cat? And I don't know but you may be able to pick up the sound. And if you do, that's just other stuff going on in the background. Nothing to concern yourself with. Alright, so I think for the most part he's finished, so we're going to move on to our next guy. And it's just going to be the same thing. Pick out a couple of spots with the newer, lighter color. Guys will be ready for the battlefield. Ready to get out there and do what they do best. And depending on your luck, that's either die or take the field and give him what for. Now that I know you heard. That's my newest little guy. Toothless. Maybe one of these days he'll make it on to the show. Visually anyway. I mean, you can hear him right now, but tell you, he's a cutie patootie, that one. He likes to watch TV too. It's just kind of interesting. And even though I've told him time and time again, hey, I'm filming, be quiet, shh. He's a kitten. Kittens don't really listen. But he's cute, and I love him, and I'm glad to have him here. Alright, so maybe this one will show up a little bit better. If not, trust me, I am painting a new color on, but I'm only trying to hit, you know, the corners. Let's see. Yeah, kind of. Oh well. Trust me, I'm doing a third highlight, and it's going to be look real cool when these guys are all done. So, I'm going to continue on doing the last 5 guys. Then after that, show you a little quick thing about basing. So in the meantime, again, we'll catch you on the flip side. Welcome back to the third part of this video, anyway. Through the magic of television, magic of the internet, we are going to do the last part of these fellas. Now, I do highly recommend watering down your glue a little bit. So what I'm doing here is I'm basing, putting a little bit of sand on these guys to make them look cool. Or, you know, don't use as old as Elmer glue, white glue, as I'm using PVC glue. But it'll work, so don't worry about it. So what we're going to do is just going to throw a little bit of paint on, a little bit of glue onto the base, making sure that we get as close to everything as we can. Get some of that sticky into all the crevices and all the crevices and nooks and stuff like that. And if you get stuff on the feet, that's okay, because then, you know, he looks like he's been walking through the dirt and not super pristine. Now I have this stuff that I've had for years. It's a very cool black sand, perfect for basing, because you don't have to prime it, you don't have to do anything. So take your fella out of the handle, and then literally just dip them in. Make sure that the whole base is covered in sand. Tap. Here, let's see. Tap to knock off the excess. Just like that. If you need to, tidy up the base. Yeah. Everything should be workable where you can move it around where you want it. And that is the start of a based miniature. Nice and easy. Again, I do suggest using fresh materials. I thought my glue was still good, but it's a little hard. But we're going to make it work. The Slinger doesn't like to waste stuff if he doesn't have to. Again, if stuff gets on the knees or on the feet of the miniature, that's okay, because now it actually looks like he's walking through the stuff instead of just resting on top. Alright. You are free from the handle. Yay! Again, just tap off the excess. So you did get glue where you didn't want it, or get sand where you didn't want it, like on the outside edge or whatever. Right now is a good opportunity to clean it up. Alright, last guy. I've got no sand on my base. Well, we're going to change that, son. We're going to make you match the rest of your squad. Yeah, for some reason over the years of doing all of this miniature paint and stuff like that, I've come to not like doing the basing anymore. But basing helps you tell the story of your miniature. What kind of environment is he in? Is he in the snow area, urban area? What kind of area is he in? So basing you can have a ton of fun with. There we go. Last one. Out you come. In you go. Again, tap off the excess. Tidy anything up that might not be right exactly where you want it. There we go. So all 7 of the guys from the Homeworld Confederacy are now painted and based. What we're going to do next is we're going to do our next step after these guys dry. It'll be using a super thin down coat of PVC glue, or you can actually even use super glue, and just what you want to do is you want to cover the sand, and then that'll help hold the sand in place, lock it as it will, and then you can paint right over top of that and you don't have to worry about anything. Just a quick dry brush, maybe a couple of shades of whatever you'd like. I mean, I have black here, so I might go with a couple of grays and make it look like a rocky urban terrain, or like a rocky field or something like that. It'll turn out cool. I mean, here you can go into browns. You could probably even do greens if you want, but there's other stuff for that'll be far better for greens. So but that's basically it. So if we take a look, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see them, and I don't want to put them in the glue, obviously. We'll try and get the squad out here. Now I haven't finished the character's face yet, but that's okay because we'll finish it. There we go. So there's the guys right there. And, the Homeworld Confederacy, as it were, is just about ready to hit the field and do what they do best. Alright, well, you guys have a good day, and make sure that you're painting safe, and we'll see you in the studio next time. The next time that we're in, I'll have a new project for you, and we'll get right to it. Until then, catch you later.